welcome everybody to the Skull Wolves podcast, a place to talk about Minnesota's top two teams, the Vikings and Timberwolves. In this episode, I'm breaking down the Vikings' nail-biting win against Detroit on Sunday, the good, the bad, the ugly, and what this means for the rest of the season. Now, let's get into it. Okay, so the Vikings defeated the Lions 20-24, and I'm sure all of you watched the game, and you know it was an ugly one. It was incredibly hard to watch, especially early on. The Vikings just could not get anything going. The Lions were up 14-0 at one point, and just three and after three and out. Lions, we just could not stop the Lions running game to save our lives. It was, it was kind of what we saw last week against the Eagles, but difference with the Lions is that they're not a good enough a team to take advantage of when the other team is playing poorly, like we were. So they allowed us to stay in the game, and we took advantage of that and somehow pulled out a win. So kind of like the game leaders, we on the Lions side we got Jared Goff had 275 passing yards, one touchdown, one pick. Jamal Williams led the way for the Lions with 87 rushing yards, and Swift had 31 on 7 carries. Amon-Ra St. Brown, now he kind of got hurt midway through the game, but he came back, and he had 73 yards. Josh Reynolds had 96 yards, which is interesting. The Viking side, Kirk had 260 and 2. Cook had 96 rushing yards on 17 attempts and a touchdown. Madison had a touchdown on 28 yards. KJ Osborne led the way for the Vikings in receiving at 73 receiving yards and a very memorable touchdown. I'm sure you all know. Thielen had 61 and touchdown, which is good to see him come back to life after two very quiet weeks. But probably the story of the game on the Viking side is Justin Jefferson, 3 catches, 14 yards. Now, okay, so the Justin Jefferson thing is, I think it's just a one-time thing. Like, he just seemed off. I don't really know how to explain it. Like, he was dropping passes. He just wasn't getting open. Just against Jeff Okuda, which I mean, he was a third overall pick a couple years ago, but hasn't done anything to prove that he's worth that third overall pick. Like, I mean, I don't know. He, I think Kirk realized that he can't just chuck it to Jay Jettas every single play, so that's why you see touchdown for Osborne and Thielen. Other than that, the offense was kind of stagnant. But now I kind of want to get into the like game breakdown. The first big thing for hold on. The first big thing that I noticed for the Vikings was that, well, I guess for the game is that the Detroit Lions win for it basically every single time on fourth down. They went for it 6 times and went 4 for 6, so that's 66% rate. But it seemed like they just did not want to punt or kick a field goal. They were always going for fourth down. Just like the first one was a 4th and 5 on the Minnesota 32, which if they don't complete that, then that's a big problem right out the gate. But of course, the Vikings gave up 30-yard completion to Amon-Ra St. Brown, so Vikings can't stop anything. So I mean, I guess if you know your opponent, then you know what to do. So second thing is that the Vikings got the running game going, which was good to see after Dalvin Cook's 6 for 17 performance last week. Like I said, he got 96 yards, 17 carries, and Madison had 28 yards, 2 and a touchdown, which was good because it's Madison or Cook did get hurt in the middle of the game, but he did come back, so it was good to see Madison has still got like his backup role like secured after the preseason performances by Ken A and Like another guy, the guy from North Carolina, whatever his name is. Um, so on defense, the defensive side, Jordan Hicks had a good game. Eric Kendricks had a great game. Josh Metellus had a great game. Josh Metellus played in for the hurt, injured Harrison Smith. Which I mean, when I heard that Harrison Smith was out, I was kind of hoping that we would see Lewis Seen for the first time, but we did not. We saw Josh Metellus, which is good. Not a bad thing, but you want to see your first round pick get some minutes, so I have yet to see that. So Eric Kendricks, Jordan Hicks, and Josh Metellus, they combined for 35 tackles on Sunday and 5 pass breakups, and then Josh Metellus had that one pick at the very end of the game. And a good thing to see was that in the second half, the offense looked it looked like they could do like they could move the ball without Justin Jefferson. Like clearly, you put up 28 points without needing Justin Jefferson. Like he had 3 catches on 14 yards. So yeah, that was good to see. Kind of. Oh, I mean, this is an ugly game. I don't really want to get too in depth to it because it kind of just I'm a little confused about what's going on. I mean, I don't know if it's coaching. The defense needs to get the defensive play calling needs to get in shape real quick because it is abysmal. We're just 2 straight weeks of awful play calling by Ed Donatel. But I mean, he's an NFL level coach. I think he'll fix it up. So hopefully, hopefully he does. So yeah, I think that'll do it for me here. Thanks y'all so much for listening and watching on YouTube, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.